Hey everybody, meteorologist Sarah Gannon here with a first alert weather update for you. Continuing to keep an eye on thunderstorm chances heading into the rest of this evening. Looking at our current radar, we are dry in the Rochester area. However, south of I-90, keeping an eye on some showers, a few stray thunderstorms at this point in time, just more so shower action at this point in time. Question will be what happens later on tonight. So these showers kind of sticking around a little bit longer than what we had anticipated. So the big question will be, can the atmosphere recover for additional storm development later on tonight into the overnight hours, and could we potentially be looking at another severe risk for the area? Confidence low and uncertain at this point in time, but monitoring things very closely here hour by hour through the rest of this evening. We do still remain in that level 3 threat for severe storm activity. This area has shifted further south now to include northern Iowa down towards the Waterloo region, and again still remaining to our east into Wisconsin. But again, that still brings several questions of what happens later on tonight. I think we should be able to manage a couple dry hours, and then gradually as we move towards 7, 8, 9 o'clock here this evening, possibility of maybe some additional shower and thunderstorm redevelopment. So we're monitoring things very closely here, but low confidence at this point in time of what will happen next. Could we remain dry the rest of this evening? Could we see that thunderstorm redevelopment? So keeping an eye on things very closely here. We're not completely out of the woods, but not necessarily calling things here for tonight. So monitoring those storm conditions here very closely for the rest of this evening. Still remaining with some counties here, especially Houston County into North Iowa with that heat advisory until 8 o'clock tonight. We continue to see more of that heat, more of that humidity on the way in the next few days, and of course a few more thunderstorm chances on the way as well. We'll continue to talk more about those first alert forecast details later on in the broadcast and your full forecast. Midwest Access. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Midwest Access. I'm meteorologist Sarah Gannon. We continue this first alert day, keeping an eye on some thunderstorm concerns for later on this evening. Not seeing a lot of activity outside at this point in time. Looking at your radar, we are keeping an eye on some shower activity south of I-90. And the question will be, can the atmosphere recover enough for our evening thunderstorms to develop? So some questions, low confidence on the forecast here as we proceed into the next few hours. Just seeing how long these showers are lingering around for, it brings up quite a few questions and some uncertainties about how this evening will play out. So still expecting to see some sort of shower and thunderstorm activity, but the big question will be, do we have that severe potential later on tonight? So as we zoom further out, you can see just kind of our showers contained south of I-90 at this point. A lot of clearing happening to our north and south as well. Looking at some of that clearing, looking at our severe storm outlook, we continue to remain in that level 3 risk here for southern Minnesota. This has extended further south into North Iowa, extending as far south as the Waterloo region and continuing east across Wisconsin. So Storm Prediction Center thinks this is the best area that we will be looking at strong to severe thunderstorm activity later on tonight into the overnight. And again, still some questions remaining, given confidence here. So overnight into your Thursday morning, heavy rainfall is expected for southern Minnesota, northern Iowa. I think our main focus, should we see severe potential, would be wind and hail. Tornadic threats is low, but not completely zero. So can't quite rule out maybe the possibility of an isolated tornado or two here with those late night thunderstorms developing. So let's put things into motion here for the next few hours, see how things play out this evening. Timing things out, next couple of hours, we see those showers move through the area, leaning at timing towards about that 7 to 8 o'clock time frame, where we start to see some individual cells redeveloping here in southern Minnesota and northern Iowa. From there, we'll look at activity continue to stay kind of that first initial wave there, staying more straight to isolated in manner. Then once we hit about 11 o'clock midnight, I think then we start to see that activity becoming a bit more scattered in manner, heading into the late night, or I should say more so early Thursday morning. So looking at more scattered shower and thunderstorm activity. From there, we continue on with some stormy conditions into the start of that Thursday morning commute. So likely another wet, stormy start to your Thursday. And I think timing wise, when it comes to that severe potential, when we look at those storms initiating there, 7, 8 o'clock, I think maybe through about midnight would be the best timing to see severe weather if we can get those storms going. Live look outside here from your Lewis Mountain live camera. You can see some of that clearing to our north. Heat advisory continuing to get cut back here. So just Al-McKee County locally for us here, continuing in that heat advisory till 8 o'clock this evening. But given the cloud cover we've seen today, has really kind of bumped down those temperatures a bit. Let's take a look at that 10-day forecast. We are tracking more shower and thunderstorm chances here for the late week and to the start of the weekend. From there, temperatures looking a little bit more comfortable into those lower 80s next week. Let's a look at your first alert weather.
See you at 5 o'clock. But let's get one last check on the weather here during Midwest Access.
We are keeping an eye on some thunderstorm chances here for later tonight if they can develop, but more so overnight into early Thursday. Better chance there for some thunderstorm activity. Chief Meteorologist Nick Jansen will have all those latest first alert forecast detail updates when we see you back in just a few minutes.
With meteorologist Sarah Gannon.
We continue to keep an eye on thunderstorm activity in the area this evening, shifting more towards heavy rain and some gusty winds for the region. Thunderstorms staying pretty isolated in manner at this point in time. You can see very spotty activity across southern Minnesota, northern Iowa. A large cluster, though, of some storms towards Fillmore and Houston County here this evening. So we have some heavy rain through Spring Grove, Caledonia, just coming out of the Mabel, Canton area, back towards Amherst, heading towards Decorah. But one thing of note here, notice all of the darker reds that you're seeing here, and of course the lightning bolts indicating a lot of lightning in that region, but all of the red indicating some heavy rainfall. So let's take a look at radar estimated rainfall rates. You can see a lot of these brighter colors, these purples, these whites, very high on the chart. So looking at radar estimates, radar is estimating maybe upwards of 5 inches per hour, which might be overdoing it a bit, but we still could be looking at some heavy rainfall rates maybe upwards of 1, 2, 2.5 inches per hour possible as these thunderstorms slowly make their way through the area here this evening. The question then becomes overnight, do we see some training thunderstorms, which leads to concerns for some localized flooding, some flash flooding concerns overnight. So we do have a level 2 threat risk here for excessive rainfall across southern Minnesota, northern Iowa. So heavy rainfall potential maybe for some localized flooding will be concerns here heading into the late night and overnight as we move into then early Thursday morning. So that's becoming a concern here for tonight, but we're also focusing again still on those wind concerns with these thunderstorms. Severe thunderstorm watch remains in effect for southern Minnesota, northern Iowa until 1 a.m. Thursday morning. So in the next few hours, we'll gradually see this maybe cut back, seeing it expire there at 1 o'clock in the morning. But this would be the area that we maybe see that concern for maybe some stronger winds, maybe some small hail still possible here in the next few hours. Let's put things into motion with Future Track. Not quite handling what we have initially going on here. But as we move into the overnight, we'll gradually see more thunderstorm activity building in from the southwest. So towards about 1, 2 a.m., kind of shifting away from that severe threat to more of that heavy rainfall concern. And that will persist through that morning commute. And I think by about 6 a.m., 7 a.m., we'll start to see these thunderstorms kind of tapering off, maybe still some lingering rain for the mid-morning heading into North Iowa and areas south of I-90. But I think all this rainfall should be out of here by about 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. Then we shift focus to Thursday evening, another potential for some strong to severe thunderstorms possible here. Notice all the areas highlighted in yellow here. This is our level 2 out of level 5 severe threat for southern Minnesota, northern Iowa for Thursday evening. A few more strong to severe storms may be on the way. Let's take a look at that 10-day forecast here for the region. We are looking at high temperatures in the next few days, gradually cooling back into those lower 80s for us. Still some concerns for storm chances for the late week. And as we enter into the 4th of July holiday there for Saturday, I do think for that 4th of July holiday, though, maybe early in the morning and then late overnight into early Sunday, those best timing for storm concerns. But of course, kind of taking it one day at a time. It's been rather active here this week, the heat, the humidity, and of course, several storm chances.
Definitely taking it one day at a time.
Yeah, and right now, boy, those folks in Houston County seem to be getting hit pretty hard with the rain. And as you mentioned, flooding can happen very quickly, so we want to be aware of that.
Yes.
All right, thank
Thanks,
you, Sarah.